You already know what time it is, huh?
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
And they said he would be a gym rat coming out of Boston College, and nothing has changed. And his play continues to get better as he rallies his team.
Ready, 25.
Now Ryan on first down. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Ryan. And that's complete to Sanders. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judah. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field, and that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson. On first down, it's Watson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. And we get a quick peek at the Ravens starting offense.
An excellent year, obviously, because they got the open week, had the bye. But the one thing you always worry about, the rust factor. And I had a coach say to me one time, when you have that open week, you often think about scrimmaging so you're ready to go the next week, but you know you can't. So you cross your fingers and hope your guys are ready to roll.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. From the 50, it's Watson. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On the draw, here's White. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
We got 3.
Out of the gun, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. But no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, and it's second down. And now we take a peek at the Patriot offense.
And this is a unit that has to feel good about itself. Got the win last week in the wild card round, and oftentimes we say you want to get the open week and get some rest, but many times we see the upsets happen with a team that won the week before and has momentum on its side.
That was second down run for Murray. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Go. This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
So that drive, 4 plays, and it was all capped on the touchdown run by Ty Montgomery. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
First down, Patriots.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Ryan. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. On first down, Watson. Flush to his right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Escaping the pressure right. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Watson now to throw. This is White on the screen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Watson now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Watson. Bryant has it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Here's Watson, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Des Bryant, as the first half is winding down, as the Ravens push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the 2nd half of this AFC divisional round. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll go again to McCoy. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. They'll try the right side with McCoy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. First down, here's White. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. They stay on the ground with White. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On second down, they'll run with White, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. 3rd and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. He's got it, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 21 yards away as the Ravens push further out in front. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. The pass at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 27, Ryan, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. Past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Jarvis Landry, 58 yards. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. On second down, it's McCoy. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Gets it to Gabriel on the jet sweep. Oh, nice move. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
On first down, it's White. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He completes it to Bryant. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 23. Back to throw, Watson. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson, complete to Bryant. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Gets it to Gabriel on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
This is why I've never been a big fan of trying to get too cute down here by the goal line. For every one time something like this works, it seems like it blows up about 10 times. And sure enough, they'll wind up losing yards here.
Now Watson. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Call it no gain there on the first down play. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Again, Ryan. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Watson. Going to throw right side here, complete. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now it's Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith.
This is almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the intercept.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. They had the extra week of rest. That was a factor. I think this home crowd was certainly a factor as well. So this is step 1 done. Now they need to win next week if they want to get to the Super Bowl.
I like those 2 factors that you brought up. The extra week, getting the open week by being the number 2 seed, a terrific home crowd for them, coupled with really good play. That allows them now to keep their Super Bowl dream alive. One more on their way to the Super Bowl.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready?